And we got some breaking news. Shams Charania is reporting from The Athletic. The Hawks and Dejounte Murray finalizing a 4-year, $120 million veteran max extension with the franchise. The deal will include a player option. I know the guys at Clutch Sports. Rich Paul working on the contract. 4 years, $120 veteran max extension for Dejounte Murray, validating the decision to give up 3 first-round picks. You and I were wondering.
Yeah.
Because he was linked to the Pascal Siakam rumors. But either way, Shams Charania's got it, one of the NBA insiders. Dejounte sticking around.
This is what he meant by loyalty. Now we know. 18 hours ago, I'm sure that he was aware of the contract and what was being talked about. And I'm sure he was aware that he was going to sign it. And so when we asked today, and this is part of our discussion, because I actually made fun and said, I'm just going to send out random things that don't mean anything, or you're going to try to figure them out, which is what we do a lot of times with these professional athletes. But when he tweeted out today, and I'm going back about, loyalty, which was about 20 hours ago, to be honest with you guys. This wasn't anything recent. But Dejounte, congratulations, Mike. So that means he's going to be here. And the phrase was, as I'm looking at it right now, talking about loyalty. But he is going to be here. And now what else are you going to do? Like, this is the question. So if this was just about taking care of our own, okay,
right,
I'm all for that. Take care of the guys that can play on your team that you feel can still really help you. Obviously, Dejounte is one of those guys. He's young. He's in his prime. You saw what he is capable of in the games, especially, Mike, when Trey was out.
Right.
There were times where you went, wow, he's just kind of taking over. I need to see more of that during the periods of where him and Trey are on the floor together. But I love the fact that this is now a done deal. He said, I don't play about loyalty. That was the tweet about 20 hours ago.
And we talked about the kind of star-crossed situation with the Hawks because Travis Schlenk, he didn't like the idea of giving up 3 first-round picks, but you said it when he was on the floor without Trey. But this gets back to what are we going to do to make the 2 ball-dominant guys work together, and can Quinn Snyder figure that out? Because you're betting by giving him this contract, you can make this work. Nothing we were told was going to happen happened last year. No. Trey moving without the ball, right? We figured Dejounte is going to lead the league in assists. Trey's going to lead the league in 3-point shooting. None of that really happened. But I do like Dejounte Murray's leadership. I think there were times, it's one of those moments where you and I were talking about, I wish Trey would say some of the things Dejounte was saying. Now, aside from him losing his cool against the Celtics in one of those games, bumping the ref, this guy was money for us at times. But the numbers were down. It was his worst professional season, right? Or his assist numbers, things like that.
Well, yeah, he wasn't the all-star that he was when he was with the Spurs. I mean, he gave you 25.5 points a game. He averaged 2 steals a game. I mean, he was an all-star. He didn't obviously play up to that capability last year, even though there were times where he shined. I will tell Hawks fans this. It's Dukes and Bill at Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. Hawks agreeing to a long-term deal. It's 4 years, $120 million with Dejounte Murray. I would tell you, this does not qualify, okay, as going out and acquiring other help. You're taking care of your own. And I don't know if this was expected by most Hawks fans or not. Listen, I think most people said, listen, you got to validate this trade by signing him, period. Now, what this does, okay, it allows them to have control, not only right now when you talk about is he paid fairly, I think he is. But, Mike, if you wanted to trade him, this is a tradable contract.
Yes, it comes out to 30. I know it's easy to say for us to say, but
it is
$30 million a year. And the idea was if you couldn't convince him to stay, you'd have no leverage at the trade deadline. Because then you realize, remember, you'd be in the same situation they were with Al Horford a couple years ago.
Yes.
Because he had the chance to opt out at the end of the season. So this is a good move.
All right. So congratulations to Dejounte, and he'll be here. He says that's what the loyalty thing was about. He wants to be here. Great. I want him here.
Good.
What else are we doing? I hate to be that guy. What else are we doing?
For the guys that were looking at the Siakam story, I guess the latest one was, Chris, what did I see earlier? They were talking about Siakam going to out west somewhere. Was it the Suns? I mean, there were some other teams. No, Dallas Mavericks. There was other teams that were mentioned with him. Either way, we just need to go get another dude. Yeah. I still need to go get another 25 points because that's what we need. We need somebody who can give us consistency. Now, unless you feel that, again, Snyder's going to be able to, fix DeAndre Hunter, fix Sadiq Bey, make those guys consistent.
You traded Capella and Okongwu for Karl Anthony Towns. We're in business.
Giddy up. Giddy up. Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's the kind of move that now makes you raise your eyebrow a little bit and go, okay. Now, I'm not saying they're going to do it, but all this talk about Capella possibly being gone, I do not want to give up on Okongwu. I think Big O is going to continue to develop as well. People say, can he play the 4 or the 5? Does it matter? I mean, honestly, he's guarded Giannis and did a really good job when he was given the opportunity. But if you're going to do something like that, that is where, Mike, I think now you've raised the level. We got Dejounte back, Trey's under contract. You believe in Hunter? Okay, show me that. Sadiq Bey's coming off the bench. Bogey's back. Go get Karl Anthony Towns. Now we're doing something. And I'm just throwing that out there as an example. If you don't want some of these guys that we're talking about, because Mike brought this up earlier, the Siakam thing is he may be on the West Coast.
Right. And the other thing, guys, we're not looking to gift horse in the mouth, but to Carl's point, had you done all the things you did to get Dejounte here, to have him be here 1 year or 1.5 seasons, that's a huge mistake.
It is.
But now you got to make it work better. It's got to work better in the flow. You can't have these guys. Now, again, I said this earlier to you about Wrestler. You know, Wrestler spent big money. We talked about all the contracts he's handed out. Where do we stand? Okay, right now, we get the same team minus John Collins. At the same team minus 14 to 15 points scoring. To your point, you got to get – fans don't care about fiscal responsibility. Fans don't care about luxury tax. You got to go step up.
All right. Good news.
Now, this is part of it, but I think most guys who follow the NBA thought this was going to be an inevitability, right, with the Hawks when you made the move to get Dejounte Murray.
Well, yes. I think that nobody thought that he would be walking scot-free.
You don't give up 3 first-round picks to rent a guy.
You can't. So, good move. And here's the deal. And the other part of this is, and I got to mention this, Dejounte is funny because now this loyalty tweet comes into play. By doing this, he could have said, I'm not going to sign until I become a free agent and I want to test the market.
Right.
He could have played this season, right, with the Hawks' ability to re-sign him for the most money. But he could have played that out. Decided not to. And that is the loyalty part of this.
Right. I'm
not even going to go there and play this season out and test that. I want to be here. What's the deal? Okay, here's the money. Let's go. That is part of the loyalty because he's Mike, could have easily done that and nobody would have been mad at him because it's his right.
Right. And again, guys, if he's not happy now, you have to try to find a trade partner. And then, as we talked about, if you guys take it all the way back, was it 7 years ago? Something like Al Horford?
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever it was, 6 years ago. Al Horford was in the same situation, and you had no idea you could keep him. And if he walks, you get nothing for him. You couldn't move him at the trade deadline. That was going to be the sticky proposition. So this is good. Now, what's next? What's next?
What else we got?